All right. So here's a question nobody asks, but people probably should. Is Elder Scrolls Online actually underrated? Because every time someone mentions ESO or does a video on ESO, you can go down in the comments and you see someone crawling out of a cave and saying, that game is dead. Meanwhile, the servers are packed, the content is still rolling out, and the game has become one of the best single-player RPGs disguised as an MMO. So let's talk about why ESO might be the most underrated modern game still running. Like, comment, subscribe, let's get into it. ESO launched in 2014 with the grace of a mud crab falling off a cliff. People hated the combat, they hated the progression, they hated the fact that it wasn't Skyrim, and that reputation stuck. It doesn't matter that the game has been rebuilt, expanded, polished, and stuffed with more content than most MMOs combined. People still judge it based on a decade-old memory. It's like blaming someone for a haircut that they got in high school. ESO is one of the highest rated MMOs still running. User reviews sit around an 8 out of 10. The world is massive. The quest writing is better than half the single-player RPGs released today. And the game is still getting big seasonal updates. Just got Season 1, Thieves Guild. This is not a dead game. This is a game that refuses to die because it's actually good. ESO's biggest strength is the thing people ignore. You can play the entire game solo. Every zone, every quest, every storyline, fully voice, fully cinematic, fully Elder Scrolls. It's basically Skyrim with a chat window. And that's why so many players say ESO is their favorite Elder Scrolls game after Skyrim. Not because it's an MMO, but because it's a giant single-player RPG that happens to have other people running around in it. Now let's talk about combat, because this is the part that scares people away. Light attack weaving, animation canceling, DPS checks. The whole thing feels like you're trying to play Guitar Hero while fighting a Daedric Titan. But here's the truth. You don't need any of that unless you're doing veteran trials. For 90% of the game, you can play however you want. The combat only becomes sweaty if you choose to make it sweaty. ESO has 12 years of content. 12 years. That's more than WoW expansions, more than Final Fantasy XIV expansions, more than most live service games even dream of. You want story? ESO has hundreds of hours. You want dungeons? ESO has dozens of them. You want PvP? Cyrodiil is still a war zone. You want housing? ESO has the best housing system in any MMO. The game is overflowing with stuff to do, and yet people still call it underrated. Yeah, no kidding. Now here's the funny part. ESO is underrated, but it's not unpopular. The cities are full, the zones are full, the new player experience is full. Even without crossplay, the game feels alive. And every time a new chapter or season drops, the population spikes again. ESO is like that friend who never brags, but just quietly succeeds anyways. And this is the part that keeps ESO alive. Elder Scrolls fans will always come back. Doesn't matter if they quit for a year. Doesn't matter if they get distracted by Starfield or Fallout 76. They always return because ESO is the only place where you can explore almost all of Tamriel in one game. Skyrim, Morrowind, Elsewhere, Somerset, High Isle, all of it. And it's still expanding. And with the new seasonal structure, ESO is basically reinventing itself again. Smaller, faster content drops, more focused story arcs, more reason to log in. And if ZeniMax keeps us up, ESO is going to be one of the most consistent live service games running. The game is shifting from big yearly chapter to constant seasonal content. And that's exactly what modern players want. So why do people still ignore it? ESO's biggest problem is simple. It's not trendy. It's not the MMO people want to brag about playing. It's not the game that dominates Twitch. It's not the game that gets giant hype. And because it doesn't scream for attention, people assume it's irrelevant. I'm sure there'll be someone in the comments who will say it's a dead game. So is ESO underrated? Yes, absolutely. It's underrated because its reputation is stuck in 2014. It's underrated because people judge it without playing it. It's underrated because it's secretly one of the best single-player RPGs you can buy. That's an MMO. And it's underrated because it's still delivering high-quality content 12 years later. ESO isn't dead. It isn't irrelevant. It isn't outdated. It's a massive, thriving, story-driven Elder Scrolls game that keeps getting better. And if you haven't played it in years, you might be shocked at how good it actually is. So yeah, ESO is underrated. But maybe that's a good thing because the people who play it know exactly how good it is. I'm going to go continue to play Season 1 and have fun doing it. All right, bye.